Hi, I'm Jackie Parks. I am the owner of EnvisionWise. We build websites and other digital products for radio stations. And StudioTexter is our newest product. It's a texting platform created especially for radio by radio professionals. We've partnered up with our friends at Benztown to launch this texting platform to everybody in the radio industry. We are excited to show you how it works today. This is our website if you want to go and check out some information. It's at StudioTexter.com, and I'm going to just jump right into the back end to show everybody how it works. Before we get started, I do want to show you a quick screen here. When we set up new accounts, we're going to put in your company, and then we're going to add the lines. So whether you have one studio line or multiple studio lines, we're going to add all of those under your account. With each account, you will have the ability to set your, we will set your monthly message limit. We're going to put in your studio line number, the line name, and then whether it requires a profile activation or not. This is optional. I like to show people this before we get started because the profile activation, if you would like to get first name or last name or other information collected to you from your users when they text in to StudioTexter, you'll have the ability to do that. Just wanted to show you these first little settings here. This is the dashboard for StudioTexter. It's super simple. We have stripped down all the fluff that some of our competitors are doing, and we really targeted this for radio stations, basically focusing on keywords and contesting and allowing you guys to interact with your listeners. I just want to start off with the overview and the autoresponders. So on our screen here, this is a very simple interface, just going across the top. This will be the studio line number tied to your studio line. You can keep the same number that you've used all these years. This is simply, we just take over the SMS portion of the line. This will be the number in which your listeners will text. We have this little option here that's a line status. You can actually mute your line. This will be the name of the studio line. We have an option for you to turn notifications on or off. Over here on the right-hand side, this is the profile information. I just want to click into a couple of these to give you guys a quick overview. The account overview will list out all of the numbers that you have with us. The account, whether you have one line or 10 lines, they will all be listed here, whether you're on cash or whether you're on barter. This will have some billing information down below. Let's see. Another kind of nice thing about our system is we have a theme settings. You can actually personalize the dashboard. If you want to do a light dashboard or if you like darker colors, you can actually switch the interface. You'll see like behind here, this just went to black. We're going to keep it on the light mode here for this demo. Close out of that. And then also down here in the bottom right corner, I'm just kind of showing you the interface. We do have a little chat bubble. So when you use our platform, if you have questions, you can interact with us right here on the dashboard. So that's kind of just the quick overview of that part. What we're going to do is work our way down the left-hand side. Before we go into the actual messaging, I do want to show you guys autoresponders. I'm going to click on that. So when you get your new studio line set up with StudioTexter, the first thing that we have you guys do is set up your autoresponders. We have a default response up here in the top right corner. When someone texts the studio line, automatically the line can send an auto response. So we put something like a default one in because you may have listeners text you, they want to hear a song on the air, or they're just asking a question, or they're replying to something that you asked over the air. So this is the default response. We also have the ability for you to schedule autoresponders. So throughout the day, we have this little button here that says Add New. You type in a label such as morning show, and then you could put your auto response for the morning. Once you have those added, I've got 3 of them in here. you can click the schedule, and then you can set your start time and end time. So this is really kind of nice because you can really customize your line based on who's on the air and make it really feel like somebody is responding to all of the messages. I will mention that once an auto response is sent out to your listener, it kind of puts it in a queue for up to 60 minutes. So even if you start interacting with that listener through this platform, they're not going to get the auto response every single time. It's just going to happen the initial time, and then the clock starts for 60 minutes. So with the autoresponders, you can edit them and you can delete them as well. The last thing with the responders here, we do have a signature tab. When you send a message directly one-to-one to a listener, you can have a signature tag to every message that is sent from the dashboard. This is a sponsorship opportunity as well. So in this example, if I reply to the dashboard, we're going to do this in a minute, those replies are going to be tagged with this sponsorship and their website address as an example. Okay, so now that we did the overview and autoresponders, we're going to go to the next section. Okay, this section here is the messaging part of the StudioTexter. The best way for me to show you how this piece works is we've got a couple people here on the demo with me, so we're going to pick up our phones and we're just going to text the studio. This is our demo studio line. So if we all just text this line, you can text a random message, whatever you'd like. I'm going to do the same thing. Also, when your listeners send you messages, they can send in emojis, they can send in pictures. Now, the first time that somebody texts the studio line, as I mentioned, you will receive a link to activate your profile. You're going to click on that link. It's going to take you to a page where in our case, we're just going to do first name, last name, and then hit send, and it's going to put it in the queue. So we're going to wait for the couple others to message in on this dashboard, but you can see in front of us, I just sent a message here with a picture of donuts. So if I click on that, you'll see a picture. I just sent a message with some emojis, and we can see we've got Suzanne sent a message in here, says radio rules. So this is what's going to happen when your audience is sending in text messages. They're going to just all populate in on this main dashboard. What's kind of nice here, you'll be able to filter messages. You can search messages. You can reply to your audience. If I hit the reply button here, it's going to open up this thread, and I can just reply right away to, let's see, here's the person. I can also include images. With one-to-one messaging, you can attach an image if you want. And you just hit send, and it goes right to them. And this includes my signature as well. With each person that messages in, you can click the little pencil icon and you can fill out their profile information. So as you get to know your users through contesting, you can fill out their profile, address, other information. If you have a user that is maybe texting too much, you can actually block those users or mute the line as well. So I'm going to hit X here. So you can edit when you message one-to-one, or this little pencil icon here, you can also edit your members. One more link here on this messaging screen. If I click compose message, you can actually put in the phone number for anybody, somebody that's not even in the system yet. You just type in their phone number, type in the message, and hit send. When they reply, they're going to get the same prompts to join and text in as well. The second screen, which is also tied to messaging that we have here, is called recent activity. So I'll click on that. This is really almost the same thing as this one. It's just filtered out a little different. Some of our users like to see everything kind of grouped together. So you can see there's a couple of us on this call, If I click on Suzanne, this more looks like a phone now. So you can interact with your listener on this screen. Some people prefer this way. You can type in messages down here. We have emojis built in. You can select those. And you can also tie images into the responses as well. If you want to edit the user on this screen, you just click this button here. And you can also edit that particular user. So I'm going to close that out. So that's pretty much sums up messages. We're going to jump to keywords next. Okay, our next topic here is keywords. Just a quick introduction to keywords and contests. Keywords are meant for long term. You can build, or I should say, you can have as many keywords as you'd like in the system. There's no limit because they're all tied to your phone number, your studio number. The purpose of keywords is to build a subscriber list that you can send bulk messages to. If you're going to do a contest and you're going to pick a winner, then you're going to want to use that. You're going to want to use our next topic here under contesting. So if you're not picking winners, and this is more like long term for your station, keywords is the best way to go. So as a quick example, you can see right now on this demo line, we've got a lot of different keywords. Under each of those keywords, we have subscribers. If I click on this one, we'll see we've got a handful of subscribers in here. Under each keyword, you can export the whole list to an Excel sheet. So depending on what you're doing, you can search. But the main purpose of keywords is to actually send that list of people a message. I'd like to do a quick example. I'm going to hit Add New here. We're going to, let's just do something simple. Keyword Apple. I'll put thanks for joining the Apple Club. This again, it might be just for your station. Maybe if you're a Jack FM station, maybe you have the keyword Jack. Maybe a keyword for one of your advertisers. It could be used for multiple things, but again, you're building a list for long term. So I'm going to hit save here. It puts it right here at the top. So if we pick our phones up and we just text the word Apple to the same line, I'm going to do the same thing. We should get the autoresponder to our phones. And I'm going to click on subscribers here, and you'll see we've got a couple of us that just joined. While that's happening, I want to pop open this next screen here. So this is just an example image. This is a different line here, but you can see I'm joining and the autoresponders are coming right through. So when you join a club, you can have these autoresponders with links or whatever you'd like just automatically populate for you. So we've got 3 of us here on the Apple Club. Is that quick? So again, the main purpose is to send a message out. So if I click on keywords and I click send here, I'm going to send a message here to everybody that's a subscriber of Apple. I'm going to put join us for bowling on Friday. This is another opportunity for a sponsorship. I'm just going to put a link to Google, but you could put a link to, a local business here or your website. This little option here that says include manage alerts with each message. I'm going to go ahead and hit send here. It takes a minute or two to go through. You can see down below this is queued, but to describe what manage alerts is, I'm sure most of you are familiar. Any kind of texting club that you may already be a part of, you can text the word stop and you're going to be unsubscribed from that number. Well, the same thing happens with our system. If your listeners text the word stop to this number, they're going to unsubscribe to anything that they've already joined. But I'd like to show you. So this is what's happening. I've received my message. I'm looking at my phone. It says join us for bowling on Friday with the link, and it says to manage your alerts or unsubscribe, click this link. So when I click that link on my phone, this is the screen I see. These are the clubs that I'm a part of with this number, including Apple, because I just joined that club. The nice thing of what we did is we created the ability for your listeners to unsubscribe or subscribe to the clubs that they want to be a part of. So instead of losing them for everything that they've joined, they can now control that a bit. So that's what the Manage Alerts button is about, which is right here. Again, like some of the other keywords, you might have a weather keyword, you might have news, maybe it's, your station's club. So that kind of gives you the gist of keywords. Okay, our next topic here is contests. This is probably the most popular feature in StudioTexter. There's a couple different pieces of the contesting. Just a quick overview of what we're looking at here. These are the live contests, which there are none yet. We're going to do one in just a minute. But any live contest will show up here. These are the templates. I'll explain that in just a second. The next tier down here are contests that have completed today. And then the last section are contests that are scheduled for the future. We have a couple different types of contests, so I want to just walk us right through this. If I click Add Contests, this is just pretty general. So like, as an example, let's say we have pink tickets to give away. So my keyword is pink. My auto response is, you are entered to win pink tickets. And again, you could put links to contest rules, to your website, sponsorship. You can add additional links. If you want, you can put in a duplicate entry warning here. This will be helpful. Some people think if they text the word pink multiple times, they have a better chance of winning. That's not the case with our system. They're entered, they're entered. So this will help cut down on auto responses if you do put a warning message here. Then you can set your start and end time. So for our example, we're just going to go ahead and set it for 5:09, which is right now, and we'll let it end at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to hit save. So this is actually a live contest right now. Everybody could pick their phone up and text the word pink. You should get the autoresponder right away. And that autoresponder says you are entered to win pink tickets. There's 3 of us that have entered so far. You can click on this number and see the contestants who have entered. You can download a CSV file. Let's go back to contests. You can have multiple contests run at the same time. This is one contest. The other option we have here are templates. The best example I can give you is cash. We know that a lot of stations give away cash on the hour, every hour. So with the cash template, for example, you can hit add new here. The only thing that's needed is the keyword, the auto response, and then a duplicate entry warning if you want. Now we've already done that for cash. You can see I say you've entered to win cash contest, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hit save and keep that. If I want to start this template, there's no start and end time. It's just a button. So I can hit start. It'll ask me if I want to start. I hit yes. And now this cash contest is running. We don't have to enter the cash contest, but I just wanted to show you that you can have multiple contests going at a time. So that's 2 different ways to start a contest. We do have a third one, which is relatively new. I will show you that example. There's this little arrow in the right corner. You can add contests with time slots. For example, I'm going to use the word pizza. If we were going to give away pizza today, and every hour there's going to be a different keyword. You can set this up so that you can get entries with different keywords and then select the winner at the end of the contest. So for example, if I'm going to just do this pizza contest, we'll say it's 5:11. We'll let it end at 7. Say you are entered to win free pizza for life. How about that? Well, I know everybody likes pizza. You can put in a duplicate entry warning if you want, and then we can set up different time slots. So I'll do like 5:11 p.m. to 5:30 example, and we'll say pepperoni is our keyword. And so the DJs are going to get on the air and they're going to promote the word pepperoni for 15, 20 minutes. And then you can, in advance here, you can set up multiple keywords. So if we want to add a second one, You can add as many as you'd like here for the time slots. So let me just add a second one here, 5:30 to 6 o'clock. We'll do the sausage. And we'll add one more. So from 6 o'clock to 7 p.m., we'll do mushroom. Okay, so on the air, we've got 3 keywords. I'm just showing as an example. During these time slots, the DJs would promote these individual keywords, but all of the contestants are kind of going into one pool so that we can pick a winner for the pizza contest. So I'll hit save to that. And now we have the pizza contest running. Again, we don't have to enter that. I just wanted to show you an example. Multiple contests, 3 different ways. And then these 2 of these are going to end at 7 o'clock, but we can stop them early. If you want to stop a timed contest early, you just hit the edit button and adjust the time. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and adjust the time here, 5:13. So that contest is stopped. We'll do the same one for the second one. We'll say it already ended, 5:13. Okay, and the last contest, which was a template, to stop those, you just hit this red button that says stop. So we just ran 3 contests together, and they are all stopped, so nobody is live. If we scroll down here, we will see these were the 3 contests, and this is the best part. So now that these contests are ended, you can pick your winner. So for the pink concert, if I hit select winner here, you can choose filters here if you want to ignore certain contestants, maybe that have previously won. You just hit the blue button to select a winner, and it looks like Suzanne is the winner. You can select multiple winners. If I pick another winner, it looks like Robbie's the winner. You can click on this and message that user and let them know that they've won. Maybe you need their address at this point. You can click the pencil again to edit that profile. So it's super easy to pick your winners after a contest has stopped. We have the option to message them, and then you can also message the losing contestants. Just click this button here, type in a message, and then hit send. Outgoing messages do count toward monthly usage, so we do advise that this piece used with caution. I'm going to close that out. Lastly, with the contest, up here in the right corner, you can view your archives. So this is our demo site, so we've used the same words a lot, but you can see all of the past contests. You can search, download, or clone these contests if they're duplicates. All of your information is stored here. So that is pretty much it with contests. We're going to jump to the next section. The last part of the system here is basically the bulk send and members. So we have this option here on the left here that says send SMS blast. Now this feature, this is anybody who has sent a general message, keyword, contest, anything. They are in this entire list. So if you want to send just a blast to everybody, you use this tab. You can have the option to include your default signature. It'll tell you how many members this is going to. So, and it'll queue it up down here, and you can see the status once it is sent. Lastly is the member database. If we click on this, you will see all of the members that are currently in your list. You can download that database. You can message from this screen. You can edit from this screen. We also have some filters up here to look over this a little bit further. We do have just a couple more things. If you are an admin on your account, you can manage your users. So you can create new users. You can define if they're an account admin, especially if you have multiple lines. Fill out their info. They'll go into here, and then if you do have multiple lines, you will have the ability to assign which phone lines they can have access to. Lastly, we do have a usage report here so that you can get an idea of how many text messages are being sent. This is just a demo line, so it looks a little plain, but you can definitely kind of see your activity back here. Lastly, we have a system support is down here. We have a knowledge base, some compliance. If you do any promotions online, you can include our standard policies just as an extra layer of protection. And then, of course, as mentioned earlier, we have our help center. You can contact us as well. That's it. StudioTexter is really easy to use. Simple dashboard. If this is a tool that you'd like to check out further, you can visit us at StudioTexter.com. Just hit the Get Started button and fill out our form, and we'll be in touch and show you what to do next. Thank you for your time.